London is through the roof. The mayor of London, Mayor Khan, has done a terrible job. And on immigration, he's a disaster.
I love this feud between Donald Trump and Sadiq Khan. Every single time Donald Trump gets a chance, he literally pummels Sadiq Khan into the ground. We all know how much of a dickhead Sadiq Khan actually is. We all dislike him. He's ruined our capital city. He's always seeking to divide and gaslight and, of course, try and push his narrative on to the people of the UK. And to be fair, everyone else in the UK hates him. Now, Donald Trump, of course, was asked the last time about him when he came to Scotland, and literally, again, just said he was a nasty guy and he was one of the worst mayors in the world. And again, he has doubled down again. And also said that he personally requested that Sadiq Khan wasn't present at the state banquet. How humiliating for the London mayor. Now, ahead of course, Donald Trump arriving into the UK, this is what Sadiq Khan put up on his social media. He said, President Trump has fanned the flames of the far right. Again, all bullshit. And now a toxic form of politics is spilling onto our streets. These are dark times, but those who seek to divide us will not win. I mean, that's what, 3 sentences, and Sadiq Khan is just chatting absolute bullshit. He keeps on talking about this far right this, far right that. Doesn't exist. It's just normal British citizens. Now let's have a little look what Donald Trump has said as he was asked about the state banquet yesterday.
What do you think about the fact that you attend an event in England, a state visit, spectacular,
right,
and yet the mayor of London can't be there?
I didn't want him there. I asked that he not be there. I don't want them. I think the mayor of London, Khan, is among the worst mayors in the world. And we have some bad ones. If you look at Chicago, but I think he's the equivalent of the mayor of Chicago. I think he's done a terrible job. Crime in London is through the roof. The mayor of London, Mayor Khan, has done a terrible job. And on immigration, he's a disaster. Now, I asked that he not be there. He wanted to be there, as I understand. I didn't want him. I've not liked him for a long time. I just think, I have a certain pride in London and UK. My mother was born in Scotland, as you know. And when I see Mayor Khan do a bad job, the stabbings and the dirt and the filth, it's not the same. No, I didn't want him there.
My goodness, it's absolutely brilliant. I just love how he just keeps pummeling him into the ground. He said his name about 6 times. Mayor Khan is the worst mayor that there is. Mayor Khan. He personally requested that he be there. I said I don't want him. I love it. I absolutely love it. Sadiq Khan hasn't personally, obviously he's a frail little man, and of course he's not came out and said anything, but this is what apparently a spokesperson had said in response to Donald Trump's video. So a source close to Sadiq Khan hits back at Trump. Trump's politics is one of fear and division. This includes talking down our great capital city. London is a global success story. It's open, dynamic, and safer than major US cities. Perhaps that's one of the reasons record numbers of Americans are choosing to make London their home. This is absolute bullshit. I'm from London. It's an absolute shit pit. And Sadiq Khan is, of course, the main reason as to why the place is in absolute turmoil. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed, of course, Donald Trump slamming and humiliating Sadiq Khan yet again. Do let me know your thoughts on that down there in the comment section below.
In other news, Maria Caulfield has pledged to help Nigel Farage win the next election after defecting to the party from the Conservatives. Speaking to the media, the former Tory minister declared the Reform UK leader is really speaking to Britons about the issues affecting them. Ms. Caulfield has become the latest Tory defection following Danny Kruger, whose move was announced earlier this week by Mr. Farage. During the press conference on his defection, Mr. Kruger declared that although he was taking a significant personal risk, the Conservative Party is over. Revealing why she chose to defect, Ms. Caulfield told the media, "I think it reflects what's happening in the public more widely. I talk to people all the time, and people who voted Labour at the last election, Conservative at the last election, or didn't vote at all, are saying that they'll be voting Reform come the next general election or in their next local election. So I think what's happening to elected representatives or former elected representatives like myself really reflects kind of the mood of the country, to be honest, and from all kind of political persuasions. Highlighting reform's appeal to Britons, she added, hardworking people that go out to work long hours feel like no matter how hard they work, they're not getting any better off. And so reform appeals to them to want to do things differently rather than just changing who's in charge. It's about reforming the system and making it work better for people. Assuring that she still has conservative principles at heart, Ms. Caulfield admitted that the Tories have changed in their political views. She explained, I've still got those conservative principles at heart of wanting a low tax state, a low interventionist state. We got Brexit done, but did we really take control of our laws, our borders, and our money? I'm not quite sure that we got the people's idea of Brexit really done. So for me, that hasn't changed. But the Conservative Party isn't really reflecting that. Criticising the Conservatives further, the former minister added, even in the latest couple of years of government, as someone who was part of that, we didn't make sure that people went out to work, were able to take home more of the money that they earn. We introduced more laws, not less laws, and certainly our borders were not controlled. And so reform is speaking to that in terms of those principles, so I haven't changed. But certainly the political party that represents those views has. Pledging her allegiance to reform and assisting them in winning the next election, Ms. Caulfield concluded, I'm not particularly looking to stand again. I was an MP for many years. I was a candidate in a marginal seat, and before that I was a councillor. I've been an elected official for a long time, and it's quite nice to be back in the real world. I'm back nursing, I get annual leave, I get days off, and it's quite nice having a bit of a stability for once, not every couple of minutes going, is there going to be a general election, and gearing up for that. So I'm not necessarily doing this to want to stand again, but I want to help reform get elected. And in my local patch, we've got a by-election in New Haven in a couple of weeks, and I'm helping Archie Wilson, who's the reform candidate there. So politics is in my blood, and I've got the political bug. That doesn't necessarily mean that I want to stand again, and I think that's true for a lot of people who are coming over to reform. They want to help change this country and help reform get elected so that at the next general election, we can get the country back to where it should be. Maria Caulfield's defection marks yet another significant blow to the Conservatives, underlining Reform UK's growing momentum as disillusioned MPs rally to Nigel Farage's banner. While she insists she has no plans to return to frontline politics, her pledge to help Reform secure victory at the next election reflects the wider shift among voters and politicians alike. With by-elections looming and high-profile defections stacking up, the battle lines for the next general election are becoming increasingly clear. And the Conservatives now face a fight not only with Labour, but with Reform rapidly positioning itself as a serious challenger. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comments section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.